when I was at a family function and I was sitting in the corner by myself, feeling more alone than I did in my apartment. Those quiet moments hit you the hardest, where everyone else kind of seems like they're full of joy and everything's going well, but you're watching it feeling completely alone, overwhelmed, quietly struggling, and really sad. This video is for those people. I wanted to take a minute to just recognize and acknowledge not everybody this season is surrounded by laughter or family dinners or festive cheer. I can remember many days where I was alone in my apartment for a holiday, or even when I was at a family function and I was sitting in the corner by myself, feeling more alone than I did in my apartment. Those quiet moments hit you the hardest, where everyone else kind of seems like they're full of joy and everything's going well, but you're watching it feeling completely alone, overwhelmed, quietly struggling, and really sad. This video is for those people. I want you all to know something. You're not broken for feeling those feelings this time of year, no matter where you are or what your surroundings are. Sometimes when you're going through things, even when you're just at a certain stage in your life, the holidays can sometimes feel like just a highlight reel that you are not really a part of. Everywhere you look, people are smiling, celebrating, doing selfies, sharing photos, posting updates on social media, having a great time shopping for the perfect gift for that special someone. And there you are, just scrolling through it all, watching quietly and feeling completely invisible. I remember that feeling really well. I still feel that way sometimes when I'm doing things, when I'm out and about, especially as an American living here in the UK. You know, living abroad is really lonely and on your own more often, I think, than people give that person credit for or acknowledge, at least. I have been in that position where I've felt really sad and anxious and disconnected. I just want anyone who's feeling that way right now to know that it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Feeling alone during a holiday season doesn't mean that you're failing or that you don't deserve happiness or that it's never going to happen for you. It just simply means that you're human. You're a human being going through something and you just don't feel it this year. It just hits different this year. It's okay. Just pause, just take a breath, just take whatever time you need, say no to stuff. And just remind yourself that if you're feeling messy or complicated, that's okay too. You don't have to justify that stuff. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to even hide it. You don't even have to acknowledge it to anyone else but yourself. But don't deny it, because that is definitely a trajectory for disaster. I know when I was in those moments, I always felt like I was the only one that felt that way, that I was the only one that ever had those thoughts or feelings or moments of complete just invisibility. But I want you to know that that's not true. The real truth is that whether you're living in the UK, whether you're living in America, or you're living anywhere else, there are millions of people that feel this way at some point, and a lot of people that feel this way at this time of year. So many people are just smiling and going through the motions in order to get through the day, in order to survive and fight for another day. And they're filled with this really heavy, quiet burden inside of them. That heaviness doesn't define who you are, and it doesn't diminish your worth. Maybe you're somebody who's alone because of circumstance. Maybe you're surrounded by people but just feel completely disconnected or misunderstood. But any way that you are encountering this solitude, whether it's a personal feeling or you literally are alone in the room, your feelings are valid. You're not broken. This is life for you right now, and that's real, and that's enough. And I've found that sometimes it helps to remember that you aren't alone. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Some stuff that helped me when I was feeling this way in these moments was to just kind of slow down and take the time that I needed for myself. Be emotional if you need to be emotional. Excuse yourself from the table if that's the situation that you're in. Just let yourself breathe a little bit. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself cry. Let yourself reflect. Let yourself just be and feel whatever it is that you're feeling. forcing happiness and pretending that everything is perfect, especially this time of year in these seemingly sometimes obligatory meetups, it's not something you have to do. It's not something you have to participate in. You don't need to have a loud, bright, busy holiday season for it to be the holiday season. It could be yours however you need to keep it. Those small moments when you're actually letting yourself process and deal with those feelings, those quiet comforts that you are participating in, they all matter. They're all important, and make sure that you don't discount them for any reason. I always have to remind myself of this point, especially when I'm in those moments, is that feeling lonely doesn't mean that you are weak in any way. Feeling sad about a particular struggle that you're having doesn't mean that you're ungrateful for all the things that you do have. Feeling is a human part of life. It is the best part of human life, even if it's negative feelings. That is what being human is all about. And that is what life is all about. Even the horrible, tragic moments that we experience in life are the crux of what living is about. It sucks. It's the shittiest part, but it's still part. It's still important. This particular time of year, a particular season, a particular holiday or event doesn't erase any of that. And a lot of people forget that. If anything, it reminds me personally of how alive I really am and how capable I am and how far I've come, how much I still need to go through, that I am still human, even in these really difficult moments. And sometimes acknowledging that you feel this way can be the first step to healing. Sometimes it's the only step you need. I always have to remind myself that I don't need to fix it. I don't need to change it, but I also don't need to pretend it doesn't exist. And simply noticing and acknowledging your feelings to yourself and allowing them to be felt is more than enough to get you through the next day. And the more that you do it, the less time you'll need to get through the next day. And it'll start to become easier for you to handle. Some of the things are never going to go away. That's part of life. What we can do is learn to not let them control our lives. Please remember one last thing. Even in solitude, there still is connection because there is someone else that has experienced it or is experiencing it at the same time. Sometimes it's in the same city, sometimes it's across the country, or even in a completely different country, or even in a different world than you would have ever imagined, but it's still real. And you are a part of something larger. It's called humanity. And it's important, and you're an important player in it, even in those moments of silence and struggle. I know it feels like you're alone, but you're not. I'm here for you. I literally decided to post videos every day, not for myself, for my community, because I remember what it's like to have only a DM or a television show or something. That was the only positive thing that I actually looked forward to and wanted to do. And when it wasn't there, it hurt. And I want to be there for you. So I'm here. So even if it's something silly every day about me just taking a walk and filming it about silly stuff like what I had for breakfast, or me having a heartfelt conversation with you, you are not alone. You are seen. You are heard. You matter. You matter so much to me, more than you will ever know. I am glad you're here. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All the best. And I'll see you tomorrow.